Hey guys, this is Pankaj from journaldev.com, and today in this video we will look into abstract factory design pattern. So abstract factory design pattern is a creational design pattern. It deals with how we instantiate an object, and it's also called as factory for factories. So in this video we will look when should you apply abstract factory design pattern. It is very similar to factory design pattern, so we will also look how it is slightly different from factory pattern, and we will also go through some code snippet to see how easy it is to implement and extend it. We will also look into some of the benefits we get by implementing abstract factory design pattern in your application. So when should you use abstract factory design pattern? So whenever we have a scenario where we have a base interface or abstract class, and then there are many concrete implementations of it. For example, let's say we have a computer as an interface, or it could be abstract class, and then there are concrete implementation server and PC. Now, if in this scenario a client program wants to instantiate server and PC, then they will have to directly use their constructor like shown in this pseudocode. Computer PC is equal to new PC or new server. So this brings tight coupling into the application, and client is responsible for creating the instance of concrete classes, as well as any change in concrete classes the client will also have to change it. So there is no abstraction between your client program as well as your concrete classes. But this scenario seems very similar where we want to implement factory pattern. Let's see how this scenario fits into factory pattern implementation. So in factory pattern, what we will do is we will create a computer factory like here, and then a enum computer type, and client will use computer factory to get the instance of server and PC like shown in the code here. Now client is calling the computer factory create computer method, passing the type and arguments to get the either server or PC. So usually this computer factory create computer method is implemented something like this, and we have a switch case statement, or it could be if else, and based on the type computer is instantiate either to PC or server and then being returned. Now let's see what is the demerit of this coding. Suppose you have frequent changes in your concrete classes PC and server, and then you are creating multiple concrete classes. So in that case you will have to change this factory multiple times, as well as the number of switch cases will be huge, so the code will become hard to maintain. And since you will have tons of concrete classes and only one factory method, so it will become complex, and the factory will be very tightly coupled to the concrete classes. So how do you solve this? So in this scenario, abstract factory pattern is used to solve this. So let's see how we can implement abstract factory pattern in this scenario. So in abstract factory pattern, for every concrete class we create a factory class, and then we provide a factory like here computer factory to client program to instantiate and get the concrete classes. So now computer client is dealing with computer factory and passing the instance of either server factory or PC factory, and based on the instance of computer abstract factory it will get server or PC instance. So in this case, if let's say we are adding another computer, let's say laptop, so we will have to create another laptop factory, and then that's it. If client wants a laptop, it will have to just pass the laptop factory. So there is no change in the computer factory or any of the existing classes. So in this way, abstract factory brings another abstraction and minimizes the code changes when you have frequent changes in your concrete classes, or you have multiple concrete classes derived from the base classes. So let's look into Eclipse code snippet, how this is implemented and how we can easily extend it. So guys, here is my Eclipse project for abstract factory design pattern, and this is my computer. It's an interface and it is the base interface, and then we have two concrete classes, PC, and it has a constructor, and that's it, nothing more. Then similarly we have a server class, and both are implementing computer. Now let's see how the abstract factory pattern is implemented. So first of all, we have an interface computer abstract factory with a single method declared as create computer. Now I'll provide implementation for PC factory and server factory to create PC and server instances. They will implement this computer abstract factory. So you can see this in the implementation of create computer. In PC factory, I am returning instance of PC. Similarly, in server factory create computer method, instance of server is being returned. Now let's create the factory for these factories that will be actually used by our client program. So we create a computer factory, and here we have a single method create computer. The most important point is to note is the argument here is computer abstract factory. So when client will use create computer method of computer factory, they will actually pass either PC factory or server factory. If it is PC factory, then they'll get the instance of PC. If it is server factory, they'll get the instance of server, but they will never be aware of what instance they are getting. Let's look into the client program now. So this is the client program. I am calling computer factory create computer method, and I am passing instance of PC factory. So here client is totally unaware of PC class or server class. They just know that they have a factory, computer factory, to create a computer, and they have to pass either PC factory or server factory. So this is where abstract factory is creating another layer of abstraction, where client is using a factory and totally unaware of implementation classes. Now let's see how easy it is to extend it. Let's say I have another concrete class, laptop, and I am implementing again computer interface. That's it. Let it be default. Now what I'll have to do is create a factory for this new implementation. So I'll say laptop factory, and this has to implement computer abstract factory. So now in laptop factory, I'll have to return the instance of laptop. So I'll say new laptop. Now if my client program wants to create a laptop, so how they will code is laptop computer factory dot create computer. Here they will have to pass laptop factory instance. So now as you can see that if we have to add another implementation, we are not making any change in either PC factory or server factory or computer factory or any other factory classes. The only change is to create the concrete class and add a factory for it. That's it. So in this way, if I have to make any change in laptop class or let's say server class, the other classes and their factory are totally unaffected. So this is where abstract factory is little bit better than factory pattern. Now let's look at some of the benefits of abstract factory pattern. So as I mentioned earlier also, abstract factory provides the abstraction for factories, whereas factory pattern provides the abstraction for concrete products. This is very important to understand, because this is where factory pattern is different from abstract factory pattern. Factory pattern deals directly with objects, whereas abstract factory pattern provides us a factory for concrete classes factory. So in this way, abstract factory pattern provides better abstraction than factory pattern, and there is no if else or switch case conditional logic is required like we have in factory pattern. So the code is also very loosely coupled, easy to extend. Like we saw, to add any new product, all we have to do is create the concrete class and their factory. That's it. No change is required in any existing code. Again, it also removes the burden from client to the common factory that it is using, and it's very easy to extend. So these are some of the benefits of abstract factory pattern. That's all I had for abstract factory pattern. If you like the video, please like it and share it with others. Also subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you. Bye.